Good morning everyone and welcome to the Two-Headed Wolf gaming channel as we are continuing our playthrough through Phoenix Point, joining the Disciples of Anu as soon as we can. But for now, let's continue from where we left off. We just scavenged a site and got some supplies, and you can see here at the bottom we have Manticore 1, which is this spaceship or airplane or however you want to call it, and then we have the team. There are two bars here. The blue bar represents the health of the soldier. If it doesn't appear, it means that he's at full health. If it appears like this, it just shows you that he is wounded. You need to take it back home and rest it in order to heal. The bar at the bottom represents fatigue. Now, fatigue is a mechanic where they're starting to lose will points the more you use them. So you need to bring them back to base and rest them every once in a while. You just can't run your team all around the map continuously. It also provides you a reason to why you would need multiple soldiers or multiple ships to carry out certain missions. Now let's go back to base. We're going to take a quick look at our soldiers as we have gained a few points that we are now able to spend. I do not want the dash ability. For Sophia, I would like to give her Farsighted for the extra will point and also the perception range. With Omar, he can get a brawler, get melee weapon proficiency and perform bash and melee attacks with 50% increased damage. We might turn him into a melee character later on. For now I'm going to use his SP just to increase his willpower, using that jetpack which does consume some SP. Also I would like to provide him with a bit more speed. So let's do that. Spend some of it just to make him slightly quicker. For Takeshi Sato, he didn't get any kills to level him up, and neither did ours. Well, our sniper got one on this occasion, but she needs more. I'm not going to invest in willpower just yet. We're going to research now. You can do different projects as you go along. At this moment, we're just doing atmospheric analysis. We have managed to connect to some of the remaining weather satellites. We should use this to assess the extent of the new mist outbreak. And we will get global mist monitoring system. We'll let time pass. You can see our soldiers are resting and they're also healing up.
Research complete.
We got our first research. So now we see where mist is setting in. In places where there is mist, there will be more enemies, tougher missions, things like that. We can build only medkits at this point, but I feel like we have enough to where I don't really want to use the resources. Some of the equipment takes time. Medkits, ammo is created instantly. However, it uses resources which you'll be running out of every once in a while. Good. That is pretty much it for now. Does it tell us? Oh, they want us to manufacture a medkit. Then we'll do one more. Why not? So from here on out, tutorial is complete. The rest is up to us. Let's get a bit of research in. We can get some autopsy. Artrons are among the earliest Pandorans encountered and they are the most numerous. They have multiple mutations to adapt to different combat roles. We can do a Triton, we can do the Mist Sentinel, which means that we would inflict 15% more damage on them. And that is a pretty good research to have. Extra damage on the enemy always helps. Pandoran Evolution. We have the Phoenix Archives, which unlocks a bit more of the story. And Heaven Recruitment Protocols. This allows us to recruit soldiers from different heavens. More soldiers is good. Or are good. We will start with Miss Sentinel and then we will do Heaven recruitment protocols. Phoenixpedia offers us information about everything and anything, but we don't care about it right now. Let's explore this site.
So, you are the Phoenix Project, eh? I've heard a lot about you. Who am I? Well, the Maker, of course. I run things around here. Welcome to the marketplace. Here and only here you will find some very special hardware. I design, build, and test every piece of equipment here with my own two hands, you see. I will be honest, they tend to explode every now and again, these toys of mine. They do make some pretty fireballs, though. Both when they work and when they suddenly stop working.
So this is a trader. Chaos Syndicate. He is a seller of sorts. We can buy his buggies, which have combined turret, and also has certain special weapons. They're quite expensive, wouldn't really recommend buying them early on, but we also can get certain missions from him. The Maker mentioned that there is an abandoned scarab that he wants to get his hands on. It is the old model that we have no use for, but obtaining it for him might put us on his good side. What will that do? New marketplace offers and lowers marketplace prices. So if we want to invest in this, we will do so. We don't get any other rewards other than that, so for early on I'm going to avoid that mission. The Dreamers Awaken, Fort Neptune. Fort Neptune is a haven run by New Jericho, which means that normally things are quiet and under control, but right now there is an emergency. A group of soldiers is on a killing spree. It began with strange dreams, voices heard in the night. A local doctor tells our operatives, I could not detect any psychological changes and there were certainly no signs of infection, but their behavior simply cannot be explained by PTSD or similar condition, which we at New Jericho are sadly quite familiar with. I'd like something. It's like something has driven them mad. If we stop these soldiers, New Jericho will undoubtedly be grateful to us. So we'll start this mission, get some experience in, and fight for the first time against some New Jericho soldiers. New Jericho is like a police state. It's like it feels like it is a totalitarian system where strength is appreciated above all else. Their point is for humans to survive, right? Humanity first. Does it feel a bit like Terra Invicta now? Grenades, sure, we know about grenades. And here is one of the bases of New Jericho. You can see they have some propaganda. Needs you. I'm guessing Jericho needs you. They are probably inside this compound and there are two ways in which we can go in. Like we could try to snipe through these buildings. I think I'll bring a sniper probably here. Bring our heavy and an assault on this side. And try to take a few assaults through the building. That sounds like a good idea. Let's not go too far. We don't want to be discovered very quickly. So Jacob and Omar go on the left. I will have Irina, our sniper, go to the far left. Or to the far right in this situation. Seems like there's someone on the building itself. Let's put an overwatch up here.
They're not getting past me.
I'm on the move.
And see if we manage to take some shots at the enemy. And we were actually right. A good spot there. Shred damage. Shred damage reduces the armor value of the body part it affects by the shred value. Explosive damage will apply shred to multiple body parts. Good to know. He took a few shots upon us. And we have another guy up there. Standard damage reduces the enemy HP. The amount of damage is reduced by the armor value of the body part that was hit. Sure. Apparently they were all on the roof.
Here I am, let's do this.
Let's see if we could take it out with a sniper shot. Apparently not. But we could take out its head. Or the hand. If we take out the hand, it can reduce its accuracy. We disabled its arm, and let's try to do... Can we do... No, we've moved, so I can't do a pistol shot. But I am going to move Takeshi around. And we'll do a free aim here. Hopefully we'll take the soldier out. We didn't manage to fully take it out, but it has 10 bleeding on it. So... should be more than enough there. Jacob, you go on Overwatch, please. And thank you. And then we have Omar over here.
On Overwatch. Let them come.
Can I shoot at the enemy at the top? No. Then what I'm going to do is cut its line of sight.
I'm going in.
And do an Overwatch like so. Maybe even recruit our sniper. He should die. They're doing something very different than what I thought. And they do not want to move. Okay. If I come around here, I'm almost able to take a shot at him. A full shot there. And then we'll retreat. I'm gonna bring the heavy around and we're gonna put him on Overwatch at the door.
Both eyes open.
With you. Apparently with the pistol we can shoot at him. But we can't do it with a sniper. I guess because of its position. But if I do this, there's a very low chance that we'll hit it, but we managed to do so. And he is bleeding.
Aiming.
We need only one shot to take him out. I'll take it. He reacted to our Overwatch, but we also killed it. And now we're gonna move closer here. Once again, I'm gonna put one soldier on overshot, and let's see, does he drop? He does not drop. If I want to take the heavy and do one of these, we can even go right behind him. But that will expose our heavy, of course. Then what I will do is go here. And leave you in position. I am going to run with you. Let's see, what would it mean to get up here? So we would need to get to this through the stairs. Let's go through the stairs. Apparently there's a ladder here in the back, which will bring us up to him. There's no other chance to do so.
Area covered.
I wonder if I should take... I think if I take the sniper here, she will actually have some line of sight and we'll keep him hidden here. As that... well, there was... I wanted to say that it was like high cover, but apparently it wasn't enough. I will do one more of these jetpacks. It is a bit of a risk. We'll do Overwatch.
Let's go.
March Takeshi forward and we'll bring Jacob through the back. He managed to hit us good well. I think we'll be able to take him out. Let's do arm first. He has return fire, as you can see. And he will return fire on both of the attacks. So we took a lot of damage there, just from return fire. This thing is no joke.
I'm on the move.
There it is. So our mission is complete, but Jacob took a lot of damage. We'll need to go home and make sure that we heal him up before we go on the next mission.
I had always assumed the Phoenix Project would return one day, even after Symes disappeared. It seems to be the defining pattern of your history. Fall, then rise again. I wonder if this points to an underlying weakness or an underlying strength. I suppose time will have to tell. Time and the choices you make. After all, you are not necessarily defined by what has come before. You can be whatever your will allows you to be. That is the essence of the human experience. That is why I did not intervene. We could have stopped those soldiers ourselves easily enough. But I needed you to see, to understand that far more is at stake here than just our ecosystem or our genetic purity. We are being robbed of what makes us human. Our will. I fear neither the utopians at Sanhedrin nor those Anu fanatics really understand that. If you can recognize the real nature of the threat, perhaps we can work together on stopping it.
So we got a bit of attitude towards Phoenix Project from New Jericho, and we got 440 materials. And this is one of the factions that you could align. For Jacob, we can get return fire as well, and we're gonna make him a healer. 30% bonus healing and +2 willpower. That is really awesome. We're gonna replace one of his, or we're gonna give him an extra med kit. I could also give him some strength, but maybe in the future. For Sophia, she's leveled up, but there's nothing right now that I want to give her, because we don't have any points, that's why. For our heavy, we'll leave him as it is. Takeshi gained some experience, but there's nothing that I want to give him except for 1 point in willpower. For our sniper, I'll give her farsighted. Extreme focus. Overwatch cost is reduced by 1 action point. Sounds really good to me. We'll do that. We'll give her a bit of willpower. And that is pretty much all that we have here. Now we can also reverse engineer the Bulldog AR 50, which is a new Jericho Gauss assault rifle. Weapons go... like every faction has different weapons. I personally don't really go necessarily for their efficiency, although as you can see, so their assault rifle has 10 more damage than ours, their shred is better, their burst, our burst is better, effective range, we have a better effective range, and as far as the rest go, they even have less ammo capacity. But it really depends what you want. Do you want more damage or do you want accuracy and some other elements? Let's move. We need to heal Jacob up at least a little bit. Can't send them into battle like this. It is very unfortunate that I got him hurt so badly, but it's going to be a lesson for the future. Let's move. The Mist Sentinel is an enigmatic phenomena, an immobile fungoid structure hosting mutated symbiotes. It produces a complex aerosol with hundreds of different types of microbes, which is basically a concentrated version of the mist coming from the sea. It seems to have a defensive role, with proximity of hostile organism triggering a release of mist in a local area. We see them growing across the land, promoting the transformation of flora and fauna. For what purpose, we did not know. We gain extra damage towards them. We found ruins. Passing over a destroyed town, our operatives detect a weak light shining from the top of a building. It's possible that one or more survivors have turned the top floor into a shelter, so we investigate this. And we have found the survivor. Exhausted but otherwise hale, the individual in question escaped the destruction of a nearby independent heaven some time ago and holed up here, waiting for the creatures to move on. An experienced fighter, they would like to join the Phoenix project. So we got ourselves another character. They are wearing some bandit armor, the Praetorian level 2 armor, which can be pretty good, although they're not as silent as one would be. Do we have independent ammo? We don't really. So I'm not sure whether I want to keep this. Effective range is not that great. The weapon is not great. Like, we have better weapons. Can we manufacture? We could manufacture some of our very own weapons. Can we produce? We cannot produce ammo from New Jericho, which means that there's no point in using their weapons. So let's try to make her a Phoenix assault rifle. It will cost us a few resources, but it will take 15 hours to make, so that's where our time will be spent. On the Geoscape, I am going to give her for now the New Jericho assault rifle, because we do have at least one ammo. And I am going to give her a grenade, and I am going to give her one of these medkits. With that in mind, let us explore. I want to explore the area a bit. Everything that's close to us. At the Synedrion Haven of Camp Lalo Chiba, the situation is tense. Someone figured out that our open and democratic society would be easily infiltrated and steal from. One of the Haven's citizens tell our operatives. They pretend to join us and then made off with some critical research, which I assume they want to sell to another faction, the Citizen Size. I said they made off, but the truth is they didn't get very far. In fact, they're stuck in the heaven, but as you can imagine, this is a strange situation. These people pretend to be our friends, they live in Camp Lalo Chiba for months, all to make a profit. I suppose all habits die hard. We could assist Sinedrion with this problem, and we will do so. We need all the experience that we could get. We are going to get resources from these missions, and we will also gain some positive opinion. Here we are. Sinedrion's cities. You can see they have like this kind of futuristic cities. I wasn't sure if I remember correctly, but these are like, they're not actual materials. I don't think this is glass if I remember correctly, but I do not remember for sure. Anyway, they have this kind of futuristic technology, and they are about science and adapting, and it feels like one of the factions in Terra Invicta that, you know, they use science in order to push their agendas.
Moving.
Let's move up. We do not know at this point where the enemies are. I will try to leave Jacob and not expose him too much. However, we're not going to keep him too much in the back.
Rolling out.
Let's see, where did we spot the enemy? Okay, we spotted her there. And it is a sniper. So I think it's better to take some cover here. We will bring our sniper up, put her here. During the next turn, she should be able to reach other targets. I'll go with an overwatch on this side. With Omar, I'll move him a lot to the left. And finally with the bandit, I guess we'll bring her to the front line. It leaves plenty of targets for his sniper to hit. Apparently he has two. They're not really snipers, they have mostly guns. I guess they're low levels, as you can see. So that is sort of, it wasn't actually glass, sort of like not an illusion. What do you call it? A projection? It doesn't really come to mind right now. Sniper. What do we want to shoot at? Probably the one inside.
Has that injured but alive? For now.
Beautiful shot there. And I could let's get closer here.
Aiming. Can't wait. Moving to coordinates. I've got this.
Good. We'll take Jacob, put him in heavy cover, and we're gonna try to take 1/5 out. They're almost dead. I'm not sure that if they die from bleeding whether you'd get experience or not. I'm guessing not. Those shots missed. Okay, one shot, one enemy down. We'll try to take the second one down. We didn't manage to do so.
Finger on the trigger.
Let's leave everybody where they are. Okay, we have another 5th behind us. They're using one of Sinedrion's weapons, which is...
Perfect shot.
which is a laser weapon, but isn't this cool? This kind of return fire. The only disadvantage of it is the fact that you're using ammo, and sometimes the range is too large for it to have an impact.
Ready.
Can I get any kind of line of sight on that enemy? Doesn't really look like it. I guess I'll just have to put
Nothing's getting past me.
some of them on Overwatch. I'm gonna take Jacob around. Give him an Overwatch on this side.
Ready.
I'm gonna move... I guess I can move Christian. But, oh, this is a guy. It's Christian. So we're gonna put an Overwatch up there. With Sophia, we'll do the same. And I am going to bring Takeshi and our heavy Omar all the way back here. Actually, I could take the higher ground. So let's do that. I think this enemy will die. Nope. Nope, it did not. And they found a good point to shoot at us. Seems like that weapon is even ignoring our armor.
I'm prepared.
Can't wait.
See, can I get up here somehow? Well, I could use a grenade. Really nice. We blasted that. Unfortunately, he went behind heavy cover. However, it's not the same as when he was up there and we didn't have a line of sight.
Ready, willing, and able.
I'm ready. I got this covered.
I'll be right there.
Okay.
Area covered.
Overwatch is set. Let's move Takeshi forward.
Preparing to fire. Target hit.
Take a few shots. Move back. Move Jacob up. And there we go.
Enemy down, I think.
So now we're taking our Overwatch and there we go. Mission over.
Hi there. My name is Athena, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of Synedrion as a whole. You know, outsiders sometimes think of Synedrion as a bunch of naive, helpless people living in a big bubble, and I know we can appear that way. But the truth is, we are more like a powder keg. Trying to build a truly democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai, Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities. And then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being rewarded for their labor.
So we can do acts of solidarity do not require payment. It would improve our relations, but we're gonna take the resources. We
You're
don't really
welcome.
want to
I
align
hope
with
we
them.
can work together again.
We got our tech, and now we can move on. On this side, we get replenished soldiers, so after each mission you have the chance to replenish your troops for everything that they have used. We can, at this point, we have enough ammo on us, so we don't need to manufacture it. We're just gonna say okay. And this is all the time that we have for today. Hopefully tomorrow we get to find the disciples of Anu, and we will be able to join them. Well, somehow. It takes a while until you can finally get friendly with these people. You can accept some of the missions to attack their havens, but know this, their havens are not a pushover. Those fights are pretty difficult for early on. Do not jump to conclusions. You can also see that they have relations between themselves as well. This is why I think there is an ending where you can align everyone to your side and somehow win the day. Probably that's the best ending. We will have to see. Until tomorrow, I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.